I'm Rich T. Welcome back to Fancy A Quickie with Empire One. With me is the wonderful Kevin Day. Kevin.
Hello.
Do you fancy a quickie?
I do fancy a quickie, and can I put wonderful on my poster now? I talk about Oscar Pistorius in my show in the context of other legal cases, because the law is a wonderful thing, but I do think people are entitled to sometimes express their surprise or disappointment at the outcome of certain cases. And in the case of Oscar Pistorius, you do wonder why there's even a court case in the first place, to be perfectly fair. I don't know what the legal situation is vis-a-vis me talking about South African court, but you kind of think there are times when you should just hold your hands up, not in front of him, obviously, but really you kind of think, it's an awful thing to discuss, but you do wonder why it's even, just frankly, I mean, it's 4 times through a door. Do I need to go on, really? And what the odd thing is that people express sympathy for him. It's a bit in my show where you almost guarantee the new, and people come up to me after and say, "Oh, poor man, there's been no verdict yet," and it's like, what about poor her?
I think maybe if you shot once,
and then hello, once and then hello. That'd be nice, but 4 times and then hello, once and then hello, and then maybe just even before shooting once, maybe a quick look. Yeah, I've been married for a long time. I instinctively know if the bed's empty next to me.
Yes.
You kind of get a sense. Even I've had one night stands where you instinctively know that the bed's empty next to you because they've gone. But you
it's
can't
safe.
blame. It's safe. but you know, and you kind of think, Well, it's Sunday morning. Let's not talk about that. Let's work during the course of our quickie. We've wasted half our quickie talking about Oscar Pistorius.
I'm nearly spent. Right, so we're in Edinburgh.
Yes,
Let's
we
talk
are.
about Edinburgh. Let's talk about your show.
City. Yes.
Standy Uppy.
Yes.
Wonderful show. I've seen it. I highly recommend it.
Very kind of you. That's going on the poster as well.
Now, it's been 18 years since your last full-length stand-up show. Is that right?
Yes, it sounds...
Why so long?
When people say 18 years, it almost sounds like you're going to add the word granddad at the end of it. But it has been... I don't know. There hasn't been a year when I haven't planned to do another full-length show. The last full-length show I did was... I did 5... really good shows in a row, I know comics are supposed to be modest, but I did 5 really good one-man shows in a row. The last one was all right. It was fine. It was good. It was, and I didn't particularly enjoy it. And I thought, well, I'll have a year off, come back energised. And then stuff just got in the way, and I kept not doing a full length. I've always been coming up here. I've been directing, or I've been presenting galas or stuff. And my wife's a production manager. I've always had a reason to come up here. And I started to enjoy swanning around too much, I think is what it is. Because when you've got the opportunity to come up for a week or 3 days and then go home and see the cat and see the family and then come back up again, and you can have a drink at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, see whatever shows you want, it becomes really pleasant. And every year I thought, next year I'll come back. And then last year I got, in fact, this very table I got very drunk with Terry Alderton, which is an easy thing to do. And Terry basically
we've all been there.
Yes, and Terry, who is one of my favourite comedians, basically said, look, just, you keep saying you've got this show. It's either come up and do it or don't bother.
Yeah.
And if you don't come up, take the word comedian off your passport. Right? And then he sobered up and remembered, and he nagged me ever since. And basically the whole exercise is because I still do stand up in London, but very rarely. I do lots of broadcasting. I do mainly writing for Have I Got News For You, Never Mind the Buzzcocks, all sorts of stuff. And this whole exercise was about looking in the mirror and seeing a stand-up looking back at me. I want to become a stand-up again who does writing, not a writer who does stand-up. Because so many people say to me, what do you do? What's your day job? Well, like when I do Match of the Day 2, people say to me, what do you do other than this? I say, well, I'm a stand-up comedian. And they say, well, where can we see you? And I go, no, you can't. I might be doing a benefit in November.
Yeah, sure.
So I just wanted to re-establish myself as a stand-up, and I'm actually, it's not a feeling I recognise very much, but I'm really proud of myself. I'm really proud of myself that I'm a stand-up comedian again, and I can look other comics in the eye. And it will sound odd to people who don't do what I do, but it's just about, I feel like I'm properly taking part again now, and I'd forgotten how terrifying but brilliantly exciting it is, because at 2 o'clock every afternoon I start to get really excited. I can't wait to get on stage. 5 o'clock I'm throwing up in the toilet at the back of the thing, but when you get out there again it's great. And I can't remember what your original question was now. Oh yes, 18 years. Yes,
Yeah,
sorry,
yeah.
I do tend to answer my own questions, but yes, I'm really excited.
It's a wonderful show. It's on at
6:15 at the billiard room. Yes,
the billiard room.
Yes.
At TV.
Yes, and
Gilded Blue.
yes, I deliberately chose 6:15. So if there are any quiet bits, I can say they're theatrical.
Yes, of
So
course.
I don't have to
Well,
do
it's certainly
crowd
well
control.
worth a visit. I saw it the other day.
Yes,
Brilliant.
you said
Welcome
thank
back.
you.
I'm glad you can look yourself in the mirror again.
Thank you.
Everyone should be able to.
Well, you can because you're a handsome young fella.
Well, thank
I've,
you very much.
I've got the marks of many festivals on me, so yeah.
I fear our Quickie's gonna into a new sphere.
But quickies should do that, shouldn't they?
They should. Well, you know,
It's
if I
nice
can
to have a-
last any longer than a couple of minutes,
Well,
I'm happy.
it's nice to have a quickie that doesn't end in shame and despondency, isn't it?
Yeah, usually. Anyway, thank you very much.
It's a
Ladies and
pleasure,
gentlemen,
thank you.
Kevin Day.
Thank you.
Thank you.